Hello and welcome to another video. I'm playing the alchemy event today, and I noticed something important about it. You can play with absolutely any card. They don't need to be in your collection. The idea is you can try out some alchemy cards, which is fair enough, but I did just read an article by Mike Flores, and I'll give you the name of the article. It's called Esper Violates the Prime Directive. It's from March the 8th, 2022. So at the end of the article, he's listed this black-white Never Loses deck. I think I've called it Orzhov Neverlose. So I fancy trying this out. It's got quite a few cards I don't have in my collection, like Legion Angel, Henrika Domnathi, Emeria's Call, and it's got 4 copies of things that I'm still collecting, like Cat Biting Palm Ninja. So I fancy trying this out and seeing how we get on with it, and see if it lives up to its name. And I don't know how the how the environment is going to be. Did I just mess up a little bit? Yes, I fear I clicked the wrong button, and Let's try and choose your deck. Yeah, the deck I just made has disappeared. Let's not worry about that. So the closest thing I've got to that deck, I made my version of the deck, which is called Orzhov Sweepers, which has got a few similar things. But it's got more sweepers in it. Tergrid, God of Fright, Westgate Regent, so things that can close out the game quite quickly after you've played a sweeper. So, yeah, rather than go through the trying to build that deck again, which took 5 minutes, I'm just going to play this deck. And wait, we're here again. Submit deck. There we go. Yeah, it's there we go. Cool. Let's go for it. And yeah, we'll see if we get blown away by some of the alchemy cards. We'll get a chance to see how powerful they are. I've got an alchemy red deck I play for these events, but I suppose I'm a little bit bored of it now. It's a 14 land red deck where every spell costs 1 mana. So it's a bit hit or miss. It's got quite a low win rate as well. It's just sort of if you win in the first, you can win in the first few turns, but then after that, you can probably concede, kind of thing. So I'm interested to see what this kind of deck can do. So yeah, this version of Orzhov Neverlose, we've got 4 copies of Akiba Reckoner Raid, which appeals to me a bit. It seems decent. And let's pop the Ghast, why not? Before he sacrifices it. It's quite nice to play for Life of Toshiro Umezawa, and it's got a hidden ability. Haha, he sacrificed it anyway. He has village rights. I walked right into that one, didn't I? I was thinking he might have village. He can't have village rights, can he? Of course he does. Yeah. And there's a hidden ability on this guy. When he actually becomes a creature, you can pay 1 life to add a black mana to cast an instant or sorcery spell. So guess which spell that helps you cast. Right, that's it. Right, let's view the battlefield. What's he actually got here? The Diabolist makes little devil things and is quite obnoxious. He's just going to make another devil, so there's literally very little point in killing it, so we will gain 2 life. And then we've got a 2/2 blocker. Of course, we'll do. I can block the Diabolist, couldn't I? Let's play a Shattered Sanctum, and I think let's get a Restoration of Eiganjo cooking. Double check that my stuff is working. Yeah, good stuff. Oh, he's got another one. That's nice. So we'll block one of these. He only ever gets 1 devil. Oh, I didn't read the card. It has Death Touch. Very silly me. I think. Yeah, do we want to play Bankbuster and draw? Is a good question. I think, yeah, we can discard the land. We could bring back a Keeper Reckoner Raid. Life point back. Bankbuster, and I guess we'll be drawing a card. He unfortunately doesn't. He can't power up a Meathook Massacre. That's right. I can block and kill the devil. Scoured Barrens first. I think I fancy drawing this now. Then we'll play another Reckoner Raid. I thought it might be cool to keep mana up for Vanishing Verse, but depends on whether he's got any monocolour things in his deck. Ooh, okay, that's not monocolour. Something very bad happens now, doesn't it? Oh, it's just half the cards in my hand. Could be worse. Keep the Meathook and we'll drop the Storefront. Block, because I think that will make a creature, which you can then ping, of course. Ha. a 4-point Meathook next turn. I fancy casting the Regent. So he's going to mill half my library. And when he dies, I'm going to have to sack lots of permanents, I suppose. Interesting. You'll get 2 devils then, because they both. Is that right? Because they both trigger. So we can't take too many more library hits like that. We've got 22 cards left. There's just a bit of a problem if we kill him. That we lose half my permanents. I think if we can keep Westgate Regent, we're probably doing all right. So I can sack the Reckoner Raid. He's going to kill these 2, I guess. He's going to have to discard a card. Sure, alright. Got another murder. Okay, cool. Keep Xander alive. Double murder. Let's see. Let's look for a land first. There's a land. Suppose I can not crew this. Let's draw a card. What's the worst that could happen? Eiganjo, Seat of Empire. And the turn. Counter mana, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could do a 6-point Meathook next turn if he has another murder. Yeah, that's 10 more cards. Pass 2 blockers. Let's drop 2/2 in the way. And let's Eiganjo him as well. My guess is he's just going to play another one. Typically they're going to have... Okay, let's resolve that. Obviously you're going to die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we can sack the treasure now we've killed him. No, we got to think about the follow-up Xander he's bound to have in his hand. Can I read the card? half the cards in the hand, rounded down. Okay, we're going to lose the pilot, that's fine. It's going to die to Meathook next turn anyway. He didn't have a follow-up, Xander, okay. So the good question is, what on earth do we do? I think 4-point Meathook looks good. Dropper. Let's see. Let's see. So it's 5 mana to do that, basically. This draws me cards, that seems good. But that only costs 3 mana. 3 mana, and could spend a treasure and attack with Hive of the Eye Tyrant. I'm just thinking 8 cards left, and I'm drawing loads of cards with this. Yeah, maybe we are in a hurry. And we should pay 2. Get rid of that. Should activate this with a treasure. We'll attack with this, and we will get rid of. Oh right, he got X. No, he's there. He's there. There's no reanimation shenanigans going on. Silly thing, I'm going to deck myself with Invoke Despair, which is sort of poetic justice, really. The kind of dumb thing is, it's a 4-turn clock with Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but it's a 3-turn clock with a Bankbuster. So let's crew the Bankbuster and roundabout way of doing things. We can only cast Invoke Despair if he plays a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. And then maybe we can get away with this. We'll just, yeah, we'll cool it. That's same again. Before we do anything crazy, crew it with a Hive. Attack. Just lets it through. Okay. Sander. Okay. Sure. Discard 1 card in your hand. I don't think we get to cast the second Invoke Despair. I think we only get 1 shot at it. And if if I understand this card correctly, they don't have an enchantment or a planeswalker, so they're going to take 4 damage off this. And I'll draw 2 cards, so I should win. Yeah. Well, that was quite a game. I've not fought against Xander the Collector yet. He's quite terrifying. Right, yeah, we've got a slow hand here. We'll go get a plains with the storefront, I think. We've got a turn 2 play, it's not too bad. Green black. Triumphant Adventurer. Wait. He's got 1 toughness. Let's play the storefront. Let's build up that black mana, I think, now. Okay. 1. Makes a wolf. When you complete a dungeon. Yep, pretty cool. He's probably going to play a bunch of creatures next turn, I would guess. I might have to Meathook first because I need Toshiro live for the black mana. I mean, sorry, Invoke Despair first. Oh, he's gone. He's almost gone. He's not quite gone. Okay, no blocks. Oh, very nice. There are some nice alchemy dungeon cards, I guess. So play this as a swamp. Tap to Shiro for the 4th black mana and Invoke Despair. Oh, yep. We actually just took the precipitous drop off to Shiro. That was his enchantment. Yep, I missed that one. Yep. That's fair enough. Yep, we could Wrath, but it's not advantageous for us at the moment. I'm thinking maybe we Field of Ruin, and then we can get Swamp into play. Seems like a bold move. He's got 2 green, he's got 2 white, he's got 2 black, so he's got everything covered. Is that what's his key land here? He's got a green, he's got a white out. So I think if I kill the green-white land, that gives him... No, what am I talking about? Kill one of the black lands, so it forces him to get a swamp. That makes sense. Because I don't want to play my Westgate Regent yet. That's what it comes down to. Next. No attacks. And turn. So, these creatures, as we know, are going to die anyway, right? Let's stop some damage. Nice. He's got a Planeswalker, so my... there's 2 life. Right, so... let's, so this is a pretty good one. I can do a 3-point Meathook and then still have 2 mana left over. That seems good, and then so for my Bankbuster. Playing things super smart, I guess. Right. Unless he's got an instant spell which makes them bigger, that would be unfortunate, but let's do this for 3. Bankbuster, there we go.
There are so many things to see.
Yeah. So, 2 life. Decline. I can take 2 damage. There he is. There's that the 4/4 Death Touch, the Atropal. Life of Tashira Imazawa, I think. Gain life with this. So we're going to take 7 next turn. We're going to draw a card with this. Oh, beautiful. We're going to play this as well and get another land out of the deck. We've got 1 planes in there. Can even play it, that's nice. Oh, sweet, okay. Didn't look at the ultimate on that one. Very nice. 15 damage. So that's pretty sweet. He gets haste, so... And because he's done 2 dungeons, right. Well, you can see how far I got when it came to reading that card. I think I looked at the first ability. 2 life, I think, is pretty crucial now. So yeah, we could discard a Bank Buster and bring it back, I guess. Or we could get 2 more life points. That might be... That might stop us dying. Okay, so it's Path of Peril. Good, that puts my life total back up a bit more as well. So that's a pretty good card when everything's got haste. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I think I'll just draw a card here. I should be looking at what their dungeon, the next dungeon thing is. Seven. We're not quite gonna kill it. Alright, Invoke Despair, I think. Let's take out one of those creatures. Farewell. So yeah, I'm gonna just chuck both of these guys in the way. I think next turn. And end the turn. Let's see if we survive, I suppose, because everything's got haste. Right, double block. We don't draw off the Bank Buster. That's the crucial thing. Okay. Alright, yep. So that is an enchantment you can sack to invoke Despair. I think that happened earlier. I wasn't paying attention. Right, yes, don't use Bank Buster even though it's very tempting. Shiro. Let's swing with this token. Yep, doing 1 damage. Right, farewell. Just exiling all creatures. Yeah, just all creatures. Yeah, we don't have enough for our Westgate Regent. 11 life. Will we survive? Is the next trample haste creature. We'll see. 7 damage. It's going to be, isn't it? Oh, he's got Akarararak as well. Good game. That'll be a 9/9 trample haste. So let's draw a card off this. What would we have got? Right. Nice one. That's a good look at the adventure deck. Don't let the adventure planeswalker ultimate is the lesson there. I suppose the adventure deck feels a bit non-interactive. Like all of his adventure stuff, oh well, most of it is just a come into play effect. So I've got to counterspell it or make him discard the card before he plays it to disrupt the strategy. But it's still quite slow, I suppose. But yeah, that Planeswalker ultimating and giving trample and haste and a big buff, a scaling buff to everything, kind of pushes it over the top. I think we'll open with Shattered Sanctum. There we go. Blade Master is going to have a bad day. Yeah. Let's ramp our lands out a little bit. Because we've got plenty of lands. Yeah, there's not a great deal we can do. We'll thin out our deck a little bit. I think typically we want to use these to find swamps. We've got Restoration to look for planes. Right, I guess I keep over Reckoner Raid. Oh yes, I like Farblade Charger. kill it, we take 4 damage. If we let it through, we take 4 damage. We kill it. Of course we kill it. The rabbit battery will survive otherwise. We are going to kill our own Architect of Restoration, which is not ideal. So I think I'm going to just go for it with the Westgate Regent. We didn't play this guy last time. That was never a good moment. We should have played it last time to kill his Planeswalker. We should have put that as a high priority. Nice, 4/1 Goblin. And he's going to become 8/4. Oh, sweet. Okay, 11/5, and he's got Trample and Haste. So we could actually double block and stop 8 damage. How does that seem? Or single block, stop 4 damage. Westgate Regent can still attack next turn. Yeah, we'll lose this guy. And 5-point Meathook. Westgate Regent works quite well with Meathook Massacre. Oh, nice. Okay, kept him alive. Fair play. And 2 1/1s. On 1. Can he finish me off? Right. Yeah, we want the swamp part. Thinking. Right. If we do Baleful Mastery for 4 points on this guy. Uh, 1-point Meathook. Yes, please. 1-point Meathook. I mean, we could play around his buff spells, I suppose. Let's keep that one. Now, does he have a big enough haste creature to kill me? Is the question. Technically, if I attack first, I'd have done 1 more damage and got 1 more counter, but it doesn't give haste, does it? No. Now, this is the exciting bit. We actually get 2 rare cards here. Well, the first exciting bit. Patient Zero. Of course, yes, there are special alchemy cards. Damage isn't removed from creatures your opponents control during cleanup steps. Wow. I love that. It's messing with the rules. Good stuff. Sanguine Brushstroke. Enchantment. When Sanguine Brushstroke enters the battlefield, create a blood token and conjure a card named Blood Artist onto the battlefield. Conjure a card named Blood Artist onto the battlefield. Okay, so it is a... Rather than putting a token onto the battlefield, it is a card. Okay. Whenever you sacrifice a blood token, each opponent loses 1 life. Ooh. Pretty cool. Blood Artist. Whenever Blood Artist or another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Okay. And it's a 0-1. So, you know, it could get bounced back to your hand. You can recast it. Cool. Like it, Melissa. Right, looks like we're going to be playing a bunch of tap land to open that, but that's fine. I guess we'll play Storefront. I think we're already thinking about building up those swamps. Let's get a swamp. Concealing curtains. Find out what he's doing. I suppose we've got Akiba Reckoner Raid, a bit of early aggro. Iron Sash. Well, Iron Sash is going to have a bad day. Shattered Sanctum, Concealing Curtains. Very excited, but I think I got this as an individual card reward. I don't think I've managed to transform it yet, or maybe I have once actually. Let's gain some life. I could, yeah, we've missed a land drop, I guess. So, whilst I would like to transform this, I'm going to do Restoration and get out of land. Very nice. 5/5 Haster gets through. I'd like to top deck a land, please. Discard a card. Oh. We'll discard Path of Peril, I think. Yes. Cool. comes back into play tapped, but it still searches for a land, which is sweet. Very nice. We're going to transform this, I think. Activate it. What kind of follow-up have you got? Another Sparring Regiment. Ryu Storm's Edge. Yeah, that won't be good. But he's got Invoke Justice, which is pretty terrible. Oh dear. Can he cast Invoke Justice? Yes, he can. So I'm going to get slammed twice with Ryu. Whatever happens, I think let's force him to use the Invoke Justice. And let's have no attackers. We can do him. We can block with everything and do 7 damage. That will be 7/7, I guess. And he's going to ping me directly for 4. It's all kinds of bad. It's not pleasant at all. Yeah, thought that might happen. But at least he doesn't have haste. Small mercy. He doesn't give this guy first strike. And we can block it with everything, and he's tapped out. This is the good news. Have we missed something? Sneaky first strike. Anywhere. No. Actually keeps all my guys lives, which is amazing. This will take care of one of his sparring regiments as well. Which is harsh. What is this thing? Haste, 4, boom. Okay. Spells, dealing damage, but that's loss of life. Okay. Invoke Despair again. Such a stupid card. Actually, I hope Invoke Despair gets banned, to be honest. Right, let's Akiba, I think. I'd rather do that. Because he might play a 1/1, you never know. He's got Introduction to Annihilation. Yeah, he's gone. This guy can pump a token or kill a Lion Sash. In fact, lethal is Vanishing Verse on that. And pump a token. Oh, very nice. I've sort of, I had 3 Invoke Despairs in my collection for a while, but I hadn't touched them. I didn't put them into a deck. And I read this Mike Flores article. I was already tinkering with. I've already got an Orzhov Art Enchantments deck using Spirit Sisters Call. as you do, and I thought, why not make the Orzhov good stuff deck with all the good cards, so including Invoke Despair. And the thing that puts it over the top for me, it's the hidden ability on Toshiro Umezawa, generating that point of black mana that you might need just for that turn 4 Invoke Despair. That seems ridiculous. Right, cool. We're going to open our alchemy boosters. So, okay, let's open a new Capenna booster. Let's be a devil. It's definitely, if you can hold off opening your boosters, it can be worthwhile. It means there are more rares you can possibly draft in your quick drafts, or rares you get in sealed. I think there's only one rare I've got 3 copies of so far. So yeah, I've seen a couple of people with this. It seems pretty good. Can just it's another red thing that can copy stuff like the Mirror Breaker. Guess if you might fancy running 8 copies of a Mirror Breaker type card in your deck. Right, we're going to open these ones. Yep. Semblance Scanner. So I noticed they had their patch notes for the alchemy cards. This just got an extra point of toughness. So this is, I guess, part of the appeal of alchemy to wizards. They can just patch their digital cards and make them tougher. You can't really, with the paper version, you can't give a card 1 extra toughness. That's going to be very confusing for people. I remember they have had to errata a few cards before. Abeyance comes to mind. I think Intuition might be one. It's sort of where it's one where you do kind of a scry to the bottom effect, and then it says shuffle the deck afterwards. But obviously there's no point in scrying something to the bottom if you're going to shuffle it afterwards. So they took the shuffle part off. Right, anyway, let's read this card. Whenever Semblance Scanner or equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, if it's not a token, conjure a duplicate of it into your hand. You get a duplicate card. Yeah. Equipment Shapeshifter. Pretty cool. Good. Another rare wild card. That's nice. Oh yes. I think this got errated as well. Oh yeah, you can... This is a nice one of those 1 white exile cards. Instance. So if it's just if it's a 1 mana card, it's probably not going to have a replacement unless they've got an Ornithopter or something. I don't know if Ornithopter is on MTG Arena. It might very well be. Yeah, anyway, so let's have another look at the deck, the Orzhov Sweepers deck. Yeah, there's... I'll just mention the article I read first of all. It's called Esper Violates the Prime Directive by Michael Flores. It's on coolstuffinc.com. And the deck that sort of sparked my curiosity is called Black White Never Loses. It's sort of at the end of the article. So this is, I've got the closest approximation to that deck here, because I don't have any Legion Angels, for example. I don't have Henrika Domnathi, but I decided I've got some cool stuff as well. I want to play Westgate Regent. I think he's part of one of the starter decks, perhaps, and he seemed cool. I stuck him in here, and I realised, wow, he's actually really fantastic with Meathook Massacre. He has a very good ability for surviving that. He can, if he gets through the following turn, he's up to 8 toughness, and which we saw a bit of that today. Tergrid, God of Fright, seems amazing as well. Especially with Invoke Despair. It was interesting playing against the adventure deck and actually getting absolutely spanked by it, by that Planeswalker. I think it was at a point where I probably played a sweeper card when I could have played Westgate Regent to threaten his Planeswalker, which would have been the right, in hindsight, 2020 hindsight, I had to do that to try and stop that Planeswalker from alting. Yeah, but I'm pretty pleased with the deck. I'm thinking I might want to do one of these standard events soon, if I think I've got a deck that's good enough. This seems pretty decent, but I quite like my slash value deck as well, which is my other Orzhov deck. Which is, it started out as a deck with 4 banishing slashes, because I thought this seems really good. You can kill something and get a 2/2 token. That seems like value. So I thought I'll have the same number, or have I think I've ended up with 12 artifacts, 12 enchantments I've managed to fit in there, because I'm still running quite a few instants and sorceries, because I have gone down to 1 banishing slash, because I'm making a lot of creatures and tokens and things. Rite of Oblivion seems to make sense, and I'm running 4 Assassin's Ink as well for instant removal and against Planeswalkers, and usually that's only going to cost 2 mana if I can get my artifact and enchantment out. And Spirit Sister's Call seems like quite a fun thing to do. You can sack things like Meathook Massacre to get back a Twisted Embrace, to get a bit more removal and things like that. So yeah. So that's maybe a future video. Standard events, maybe with slash value and Orzhov sweepers. Anyway, well, I think that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Good luck in your alchemy event.